suspended Thierry Henry, so David Trezeguet returns to win cap number 70 alongside Nicolas Anelka. Otherwise it's the same side which drew Milan on Saturday. Mikel Landreau continues in goal. First choice Gregory Coupe is out till December with an injured knee. Well, the Scots switch to a conservative 4-5-1, knowing a point here will keep them right on track. Alex McLeish makes 4 changes. Captain Barry Ferguson returns from suspension, and both Saturday's forwards are rested, meaning Everton's James McFadden plays as the lone striker. Not really a role we know him for, Russell Osman.
No, Dan, it's not. It's going to be interesting. I think it's a fascinating game, you know, in many, many different ways. I mean, first of all, take the crowd. The crowd, absolutely magnificent. 20-odd thousand Scottish supporters here, as you said. Wonderful. The aggressive play of the Scottish team and the silky smoothness of the French. Wonderful contrasts.
It's a game to really whet the appetite. Ramon Domenech's France against Alex McLeish's Scotland. The top 2 go toe-to-toe in Group B of European Championship qualifying. Konrad Plautz from Austria is the man in charge. This a game which could have a key say in just who goes to those finals next summer. Plautz is ready, away we go at the Parc des Princes. The top 2 in Group B, France against Scotland. This a game which could be crucial when the final shake-up comes in a month and a half's time. This is Eric Abidal for France. He's just moved to Barcelona from Lyon. Makelele, Julian Escudé of Sevilla in Spain. Makelele. McFadden will close down Lilian Thuram. Malouda's touch inside, looking for Franck Ribéry. Makelele, and again Makelele here now for France. Malouda. Outside is Abidal. Across comes David Trezeguet for the suspended Thierry Henry tonight, which could be a big miss of France. Henry not playing, suspended.
Yeah, they'll definitely miss him. To be honest, I'm not a great David Trezeguet fan. You know, I've seen him play many, many times, and I've yet to see him really explode in a game. You see him nick a little goal here and there. You see him have some very, very quiet games as well. I'd really like to see a bigger contribution from Trezeguet, you know, over a 90-minute period.
Here's Darren Fletcher looking to wriggle his way past Vieira. Decision goes against the Scot. He was captain of the weekend in the win over Lithuania. Armband goes back to Barry Ferguson tonight.
Can't quite see how that foul goes against Darren Ferguson. It's going to be interesting, the strength and competitiveness of the Scottish midfield against the similar battling qualities of the French two in there. Patrick Vieira and Claude Makelele. Makelele so strong on the ball. We all know what Patrick Vieira is capable of. I think Scotland have really got to try and get under the skin of the French players a little bit to have a chance tonight. They've got to get close, got to work hard, put them under pressure, and put them under pressure every minute of the game.
It's a game which promises much. This is Eric Abidal towards David Trezeguet. This is Graham Alexander, the Burnley fullback, who gets it away. Just moved from Preston to Burnley across Lancashire in England. Now 35, the Scottish left back tonight.
Yeah, I just worry about that area. You know, you've got a couple of old heads in the Scottish back foot. Yeah, wonderful to have the experience back there, but David Weir, not a youngster anymore, very experienced player, but you just think, you know, against the pace of Trezeguet, and particularly Nicolas Anelka, he's got to be very careful he doesn't get caught in one-on-one situations.
Yeah, Alexander 35, Weir 37, the Rangers defender. And here's old heads at the back for Scotland.
Isn't it great to see foul throw-ins in top international football?
Yes, it is. It's a free kick here which Alexander will take. Scott Brown of Celtic wants the ball. Alexander for Darren Fletcher. Fletcher looks for Scott Brown. It's picked off there by Abidal. Now Malouda will step on the gas for France. Florent Malouda of Chelsea. Little backheel inside for France. It comes now to Makelele. Anelka. Trezeguet then gives the ball away. McFadden scored a great goal at the weekend when he came on against Lithuania. James McFadden, a stunning strike. This is Franck Ribéry of Bayern Munich now. Ribéry with a ball in here. There's Anelka. Backheel doesn't come off, and away now come the Scots, and away comes Darren Fletcher. To the right is Brown. Here's McCulloch. It's come back here now to McManus. Fletcher. Alexander. Really intense game already. It's Alexander's pass. McFadden. Away by Lassana Diarra.
Yeah, good play by Scotland. We had a couple of breaks there. France had the first break when Fletcher gave the ball away, trying to hit the crossfield pass. That's what they've got to be careful of. They don't want to get caught, you know, with a counter-attack move. There is so much pace in the French side. Must be careful that they don't lose possession and suddenly get themselves outnumbered. But now they suddenly get on the break themselves.
It's Scott Brown of Celtic. Brown's ball in. It's too high for McFadden. And Londra with his first take. The PSG goalkeeper on his own ground. Has missed a league game for PSG since moving from Nantes a year and a half ago. And there's Ribéry for Nicolas Anelka. Anelka just checks away from Paul Hartley. Anelka's cross was Trezeguet. Little mix up there of the Scottish defence, and it's cleared away now.
You see McFadden there surrounded by 5-6 blue defenders from the French side. He's going to have a battle up there today. If he can get hold of the ball, he's got to just get free kicks or try and get hold of it and bring other Scottish players into play as and when he can.
Abidal there with a mistake. Alex McLeish thumbs up. It's been a terrific qualifying campaign. Of course, Walter Smith began in charge. He's now gone back to Rangers, and Alex McLeish is in charge now and has picked up from where Walter Smith left off, really.
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job. I used to play against Alex many years ago, and I think he's gone on to prove what a good, solid footballer he is. Now that he's gone into management, great character, tough guy, tough defender.
And after the dark days of the Bertie Vogts regime, the Scots have got their pride back again.
Yeah, the less said about that, the better, I think. Just a little glimpse there of Nicolas Anelka. Love him or hate him, he can play. You've got to keep your eyes on him.
Used to be a new 4-year deal with Bolton Wanderers. There was much talk that he could be moving on from the Reebok Stadium in the transfer window just closed, but he chose to stay and he signed a new 4-year deal.
Looking forward to facing Birmingham at the weekend at St Andrews.
In the English Premier League, this is Florent Malouda. Malouda into Trezeguet, looks to find Anelka, but it's won by Barry Ferguson. Now Abidal. Malouda peels away left here. Malouda's ball fizzed across and it's knocked away and behind there. That was danger for Scotland.
Yeah, good footwork by McManus, having to clear this ball from just off the edge of his own 6-yard box. You have to make sure you get that right. Get it up, get it out of that area. But again, it's just when there's so many bodies in that midfield zone, when Scotland get it, they've got to be very careful how they use the ball then. If they try and keep it too close, then they could give it away as they did on that occasion.
Full house at the Parc des Princes, as many Saltires as tricolores in the stadium. Ribéry with the corner. Plenty of blue to find here for the Bayern Munich man. It's Ribéry's cross. And there was pushing, there was shoving, there is a free kick for Scotland.
Yeah, I think the referee had a word with Patrick Vieira before the corner was taken. He just kept his eye on Vieira and pulled up as soon as the challenge was made.
You've got Lee McCulloch from the Wigan man, now with Glasgow Rangers.
Not a place for the faint-hearted tonight, Dan.
It's an intense and fiery occasion, atmosphere to intimidate or inspire in equal measure, maybe. It is 0-0 after 8 minutes, but it's already an intense affair. Conrad Crouch, the referee in charge, is Austrian. Finals, of course, are in his own country in the summer. with Switzerland. Mikel Landreau then faces a free kick. Number 8 for the PSG goalkeeper tonight. Gregory Coupé out until December with a bad knee injury. Darren Fletcher here will stand over the ball, the Manchester United midfielder.
You just do with getting an early shot on target. Just to try and send in a warning shot to France.
It's Fletcher's ball in, there's a tumble in the penalty area, and Landreau hangs on. David Weir was forward well.
Pressure. Trying to pressurise high up the pitch, Scotland, when they can.
Escocia, and because William Gallas is injured. He was in the squad, Gallas, but isn't fit enough to feature tonight. This is Vieira. Now Franck Ribéry looks to take on Alexander Papace here. It's Ribéry's ball across, and it's knocked away in behind, and it's McManus with the clearance for Scotland.
Good positioning from McManus, but you can see Ribéry there actually running away from Alexander with the ball. Good pace, Ribéry, and Alexander's going to have to get a little bit closer and just slow the fella down.
Second French corner. Trezeguet lurking. It's Malouda's ball in, it's headed clear from McCulloch. And the shot from range clatters away off David Weir. Alexander is there. Hutton's header. McCulloch's been penalised here. French free kick. This is from Malouda. Abidal goes outside of him. This is Lilian Thuram. Vieira. Anelka. Combines here with Franck Ribéry, and Ribéry sees the goalkeeper off his line there, Craig Gordon, and took aim.
I don't think you're going to beat the £9 million man from there. But good hold of play we saw there from Nicolas Anelka again. Lilian Thuram, very good on the ball with all his experience. Barcelona player, you know, he fires it into there. He knows that Anelka can hold the ball up. Nice little layoff. Brings Ribéry into the game.
Glimpse of Barry Ferguson there with the armband, returning as Scotland captain. No, this is McFadden now. Landreau has to come. And Landreau has the ball with Lee McCulloch closing him down pretty quickly. Good season so far for Mikel Landreau. His side PSG have had a slow start in Le Championnat. Landreau's been in very, very good form. Ahead of Bordeaux's Ulrich Rame and Fiorentina's Sebastian Frey in the goalkeeping rank pecking order at the moment for France, with Coupé injured. McManus with a header away, safety first there for Scotland. And there is Craig Gordon, the £9 million man, as Russell said. He's just moved to Sunderland. And Hearts for a British record fee for a goalkeeper, and he's had a very good start to his life in the English Premier League as well.
Yeah, I think he looks very, very solid.
This is Lassana Diarra. Diarra's cross blocked away, and the Scots are closing down well and pressuring well.
Good play from both sides. Yeah, trying. Just watch his throws again. It's better.
Schoolboy stuff. This is Diarra again. Free kick given here against Lee McCulloch.
Got to be careful, McCulloch. He doesn't want to pick up a yellow card early on in the game.
This is a dangerous situation as well. Anelka is in there, Trezeguet's in there. Here comes Vieira. Can Malouda conjure here a wonder for France? Malouda's ball in. Escudero's highest of all. Well, the pressure coming from France, but the Scots so far standing firm.
Well, he looks up for it at the moment, Nicolas Anelka. He looks sharp, he looks keen. He looks hungry for a win.
He's had a good start of the season too for Bolton Wanderers. He's been among the goals in the Premier League already. Agreed that new contract as well, so life is good for Anelka at the moment. Back in the French side as well under Romain Domenech.
how hard McFadden is working for Scotland. You won't figure the number 9, the white shirt.
It'll be a hard shift for him tonight.
Yeah, I just wondered, looking at the people that they've left on the bench. You know, maybe he's said to McFadden, go and run your legs off for 45 minutes, maybe an hour, and if you can't run anymore, that's when we'll put a sub on for you. So sort of sacrifice yourself for the team tonight. Just work hard. If you get any chances, great. If you don't worry about that. You've just got to be our first defender tonight.
Aluda for Ribéry, trying his luck on this left-hand side now. Ribéry comes back here to Claude Makélélé. His ball clipped in, and Trezeguet on the turn couldn't connect properly.
Good opportunity. He's a little bit unlucky. He didn't make contact. It's a good run. And man is just getting off him a little bit.
Already a very watchable game at the Parc des Princes. France 0, Scotland 0. Top 2 teams in Group B of European Championship qualifying. Alexander being pressured and being hassled and being harried. Alexander throws in. This is Vieira. Cap number 70 for David Trezeguet tonight. Argentina born, but a Frenchman through and through. Thuram. Fadden was close by. Referee said nothing wrong with the challenge there, did he?
Interesting.
This is Julien Escudet, native newcomer to the French side, the Sevilla man. Only cap number 5 tonight for Escudet. Here's Ribéry, 21st cap for him tonight, who had a sparkling World Cup where he really came of age. It's Barry Ferguson though for Scotland.
Just trying to have a look at some of the body language there, the players, and you can see Makélélé just getting a little bit fired up in the middle of the pitch. And then Patrick Vieira, I think they're just thinking this isn't quite going how we want it to be going at the moment against Scotland. We're just coming up against that solid 9 men in front of the 18-yard box. Difficult skill this for Trezeguet, but nearly made contact with it on the turn.
Malouda. Makélélé. And Malouda again looks for Trezeguet. It's Weir's clearance away, not very far away though. Makélélé for Eric Abidal. Makélélé now for France. Chelsea for Chelsea, it's Malouda! And Gordon behind it.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to be a special shot from that distance to beat Craig Gordon in the Scottish goal. Just needs to get a little bit closer, but you can see that solid 5 men in the Scottish midfield, and then the 4 with the back 4 behind them. Defending very deep as a team. You see Weir trying to get the ball out once they did win it, trying to get it out to the lone striker McFadden as early as he could. And if you don't get it correctly, you're just giving the ball away again.
Another now back on this left-hand side for France. Anelka. Abidal. Abidal's cross for Trezeguet too long. Ribéry will chase and try and retrieve, and he just can't quite do it. A good start to life in the Bundesliga with Bayern, a goal and 4 appearances so far in the German league. There's Thierry Henry, 1 goal behind Michel Platini's record as French all-time record goal scorer. Tonight though. Fletcher is caught from behind. Hutton for Brown. It's Alan Hutton now for Scotland. Across comes Makélélé. And the Scots assess their first, 70 minutes or so?
Yeah, steady. I think they knew that they were going to be under a lot of pressure and find it difficult to get out. You know, as they have done, but they've defended the 18-yard box well, and that's going to be key to Scotland getting a result here tonight. They've got to defend that 18-yard box well. They know they're going to lose ground further up the pitch, but if they can still defend well in front of Craig Gordon, that they might. I think they'll get a result here if they do that, Scotland.
Free kick, promising position. It's James McFadden for Scotland. 1, 2, 3 white shirts and a posse around the penalty spot. Manas is in there, scored from this kind of situation the weekend against Lithuania, being held by Escocia as well.
Well, the referee, you see this time and time again, the referee should leave it and then blow for the foul once the ball's in play, not beforehand.
McFadden's ball in, hits the first defender, Makaleli, and it will be a corner.
About 6 yards away by the time the kick was taken.
Yes, Makaleli was very close by when that free kick was taken by McFadden. It is a Scotland corner though. Manas is in the mix here. This is McFadden, takes on Malouda and gets another corner. First spell of sustained pressure really, this from Scotland. First time they've broken out from the French shackles so far. In the 20th minute of the match, it's McFadden's corner. Doesn't beat the first defender up. Anelka. Hutton for Brown. Hartley. Now Hutton.
Scottish supporters enjoying this little spell of possession.
Yeah, the Olays for every pass.
Yeah, let's just hope the players don't just get too carried away.
Hutton's throw. McFadden's touch, and this now is Scott Brown back heel into the middle, and it's away by Lilian Thuram. Now Vieira. It's for Sana Diarra. Arsenal pass to Arsenal present. Diarra. Ribéry for David Trezeguet. Hartley will keep a close eye. Alexander as well. Diarra. Thuram on for Makaleli. Now Flor Malouda. Drops the shoulder and it's the ball to Abidal. Back for Malouda here. It's Malouda's ball across the face and Ribéry can't connect properly. And Craig Gordon has it.
Bit of a scare there for Scotland. Fantastic cutback from the dead ball line. How it evaded 3 Scottish defenders and then suddenly just arrived at Ribéry's feet, catching him by surprise.
First shot really fired across those Scottish bows so far by France. It's Makaleli. 20 minutes gone. 21 now. This is Makaleli. This is Vieira. Fletcher though was quick to bite him with a challenge, and it's just going to be called across here by Conrad Plautz. Yellow card for the French captain.
Did well there down Fletcher, just caught Patrick Vieira napping in possession.
Doesn't happen too often. Serie A title winner last season with Inter, Patrick Vieira, former Arsenal man of course.
He's the sort of player you can get close to, but you don't usually get the ball off him.
Here's Alexander. Given away to Ribéry, rather slipped as he tried to get the cross in there, the Burnley defender, and it's away by Ribéry now for Anelka. Anelka then turns away well from Fletcher. Almost midway through the first half of the game.
Another foul throw.
It's 2 or 3, isn't it?
Yeah. I think Diarra is trying to throw the ball into somebody who's only 2 yards in front of him, and it's difficult. Patrick Vieira should stay away. He's 5 or 10 yards away and say, look, just throw the ball properly at me. You know, Diarra's get in there and think I can just drop this in front of his face, and the referee's not having any of it.
The referee has Sana Diarra's card marked for the foul throws there. This is David Weir. Now Alan Hutton of Glasgow Rangers. Hutton's pass. Ferguson chasing. This is Makaleli for France. Turns away from Scott Brown's attention. Finds Eric Abidal of Barcelona. Makaleli. Malouda just pulled back there, was he, by Fletcher?
Great turn by Malouda. Super turn. Caught Fletcher coming in a little bit quick on his blind side. Fletcher thought he was on the blind side. Malouda saw him coming. Lovely turn.
Another who's begun life at a new club in good form. Malouda now at Chelsea. 2 goals in his first 2 games in the Community Shield and then in the Premier League against Birmingham City. This is Eric Abidal for David Trezeguet. Raymond Domenech, the French coach, feels the Scots are the best placed team in the group to qualify. He says handed against the French, really did put them in the box seat. There's Escocia. That's Makaleli. Target here is Anelka. Anelka, bit of trickery, and the shot is blocked away by a lunging Scottish defender. It's back here to Diarra. Now Ribery. Anelka. Vieira for Makaleli. And towards Trezeguet, but it's well read by McManus. Vieira. Ribery. Lassana Diarra. Diarra looks to combine with Vieira. It's blocked away by Alexander and it's away by Scotland.
Another one for McFadden to chase and just do his best.
He's doing a job. This is Lilian Thuram.
I like Ferrand to hit that one straight out of play.
Alex Ferguson watching on. This is Makaleli.
All the Scots in town tonight.
Indeed. This now is Eric Abidal. Makaleli. In for Vieira. He looks for Anelka. Manus for Alexander now for Scotland. Talks to Alex may have made a move for Anelka in the transfer window. Good change here for Scotland. It's maybe Stephen Pearson of Derby County coming on, the man who scored the winning goal in the playoff final.
Not for Alexander. Fletcher.
Limping away.
I think he just twisted ankle. You know when he got booked for pulling back Malouda? A funny feeling he just rocked his ankle there because he's not been moving very well since that moment. A bit of a concern for Sir Alex and of course Alex McLeish.
Sir Alex is going to take a keen interest in Darren Fletcher's injury, and on comes Stephen Pearson, the man who scored the £60 million goal to put Derby County into the Premier League against West Bromwich Albion in May. And Fletcher there limping away pretty heavily. Eric Abidal for David Trezeguet. Malouda. Now Eric Abidal. Hartley comes across to just block him off and runs through Craig Gordon.
Just thinking about that injury to Fletcher, it must be quite serious. I mean, he's not gone down and had any treatment on it. He must know himself that it's something that's not going to get any better with a bit of treatment.
McCulloch and Vieira having coming together here.
It's not the first time that they've had an aerial challenge like that this evening.
I should say the other two teams, the other two of the big four, if you like, in contention in Group B, go head-to-head tonight as well. It is Ukraine 0, Italy 0 from Kiev at the moment. That game began 50 minutes before this one. So nearing half-time there now. This is Hartley. Given away to Lassana Diarra. Now it's Makaleli's ball through. Trezeguet. Makaleli and Elka is square. This is Ribery for Makaleli. Lassana Diarra's cross. Button's header. It won't reach touch for a throw. France 0, Scotland 0. Teams ranked 1 and 2 in the Group B standings in European Championship qualification. Hutton's header away, comes out here to Patrick Vieira, the French captain. Makaleli. Diarra. Ribery. Makaleli to Florent Malouda. Malouda keeps on going, keeps his balance and keeps the ball. Still Malouda. Brown challenges, and away now comes Scotland. First touch in there for Pearson.
Aston did well. The ball came quite quickly to Pearson there and was surrounded by 3 blue shirts of the French team. He managed to get himself out of trouble. Malouda strong in possession, using his arms, keep opponents away.
There's Alain Perrin, he would have been his coach at Lyon this season. From the Portsmouth manager, in charge of the 6 times French champions. All here tonight.
It's a massive game.
And Dominic back on the bench. He was banned for the Italy game on Saturday in Milan. Comments made in an interview about an Olympic qualifier.
He's come out with a few comments about this match as well, hasn't he? Saying that this pitch might suit Scotland more after having the South Africa-Samoa rugby match in it last weekend.
Yeah, 5 games in the Rugby World Cup are going to be played here. The first was played at the weekend, and England will play here against Tonga in a few days' time. This is Nicolas Anelka. Anelka will try and take on Hartley, and Brown comes across as well to double up on the Bolton Wanderers, Matt.
Well, that's what Scotland are going to have to do. They're going to have to double up in all areas, especially when people like Anelka have got the ball in those dangerous wide positions. Got to go back and help the defenders out. But can they keep up this work rate for the whole of 90 minutes?
It's going to be a tough hour. They still have to play.
Can France keep the patience?
That is the question. We've had half an hour. It's 0-0. McFadden will chase here, and it's going to just run through to Mikel Landry, who's not had a save to make so far, the French goalkeeper. You can see the rugby lines on the pitch now. Dominic was unhappy. He thought the players had damaged the pitch and it would affect the game tonight, but so far it looks okay.
Yeah, that's just a
stirring the pot.
Silly comment.
Stirring the pot.
Yeah.
He has given the Scots belated congratulations for their performance in October when they won by a goal to 0. Only 11 months late. This is Makaleli. On for Abadal. Driving inside now. He finds Vieira. This is Lassana Diarra overlapping. Diarra's ball in. Ribery lets it run on. Hartley away. Intriguing game so far. No goals, but it is so tightly poised. This is Nicolas Anelka. Anelka's ball in.
This is a problem. Once you're trying to break out of defence with the ball, where do you go? If you've only got one player up front surrounded by French defenders, how do you get the ball to the Scottish lone striker?
Here's Malouda trying to pick away through, trying to unlock that Scottish defence. It's Franck Ribéry. It's just wide.
That's good. They're defending the danger zone in front of the goal well, Scotland, and France possibly got to be a little bit more patient and try and work it down the flanks a bit more.
Took a deflection, corner ball. Vieira will offer some aerial menace here. Gomez keeps a close eye on him. Malouda's corner. Easy take there for Craig Gordon at waist height.
Interesting just watching Malouda take that corner. He's looking for players and as if to say, well, you make the move and I'll try and pick you out, whereas most teams say, listen, you know, the set pieces, you just put it in the area and we'll attack that zone for you.
Here's Thuram.
We're just trying to be a little bit too perfect from the set pieces.
Abadal. Ribéry. Next comes Scott Brown, who slams the door shut. Abadal, Malouda and Ribéry, 3 players who left the French league in the summer. It's a breeding ground, but top players don't tend to stay in their domestic league too long. And Scott Brown is sent tumbling. Tight game so far, isn't it?
Yeah, very tight. It's going to be, obviously, it's going to be interesting to see who manages to hold the patience. I mean, Scotland have got to keep the patience. The fact that they're not getting much possession going forward, they've got to be patient in the way they defend around that 18-yard box. And France, on the other hand, they've got to be patient in possession. Who's the first going to snap?
And the other game in this group, a goal. Di Natale has scored for Italy in the Ukraine. Italy 1, Ukraine 0 in Kiev. This now is Lassana Diarra for France. Diarra. Malouda. Anelka. Julien Escudé. Nice, patient. The home fans are booing here. They want to see more direct play from the team. This is Vieira. Ribéry. Just a wriggle free Ribéry, but 3 white shirts quick to close him down.
Yeah. Very difficult to see from the referee's point of view whether that's a clean tackle. I thought there's a little bit of a foul there, but there's so many bodies there, so many white shirts. The referee can't see who's making the challenge.
Heading towards the last 10 minutes of the first half of the Parc des Princes. It's France 0, Scotland 0.
You've got to say that Scotland have done a good job frustrating France at the moment. They've kept the discipline well, they've kept the shape well.
Here's Ribéry on the chest of Anelka for Franck Ribéry again. Now Lassana Diarra. Inside the final 10 minutes of the half, it's Diarra. It's Vieira towards Trezeguet. And then a header back, which is a really cheap corner given away.
Yeah, first mistake by the skipper.
Gary Ferguson with a loose header.
I think the idea was right, just knock it back to your goalkeeper, but he's just misplaced his header a little bit too far away from Craig Gordon.
And how costly a mistake will that prove for Scotland here? Vieira's well placed. Malouda's corner, in-swinger this time, Vieira there, and Gordon with a good punch. It's Makelele, who's never scored for France, and he maintains that record.
Yeah, he's not known for scoring with volleys from outside the 18-yard box, Makelele. Patrick Vieira is the target man just about on every corner, on every set piece.
Good punch.
Yeah, this is good goalkeeper Craig Gordon. He's got enough of the ball.
First real scare, that. 1 or 2 shots from distance.
Yeah. Well, if Scotland can get through to half-time with the score standing as it is, that'll be the first part of the job that they've got to do. You know, taking it in stages, let's keep it tight for 20 minutes. Let's see if we can get to half-time without conceding. So if they can withstand the next 10 minutes, they'll have done that.
Here's Ribéry. Up for Trezeguet. Now his ball in, it's looping in it. In the end was a cross which almost became a whole lot more, but I'm sure Gordon had it covered.
I think you just have to keep an eye on it. You just wonder whether France could actually push the 2 full-backs a lot further forward. If Scotland are only playing with the one up that they are, McFadden, then Lydien Thuram and Escudé could look after him 2 against 1 quite comfortably. If you can play your right back as a right winger, your left back as a left winger, push them as far forward as you want.
There's a tactical battle of wills here between Dominic and Alex McLeish. Really intriguing to watch, and look at all the permutations all over the pitch. This was a header from Lee McCulloch.
Good header as well.
0-0. We've had almost 38 minutes of play at the Parc des Princes, and Scotland here are standing firm against the French, who have had the lion's share of the possession, of course, but no goal so far. Malouda. Here's McFadden. Twists and turns and finds Brown here. Ferguson. Hutton. Then back by France and with Makelele. Now Vieira. Trezeguet, look how deep he's come to pick up the play. Diarra. And the boos ring around the Parc des Princes. Thuram. Now it's Diarra and Ribéry. Makelele, a rare loose pass, it's given away, and Pearson was nearly in and away there for Scotland. Eric Abidal. Into Nicholas Anelka here. Drops the shoulder, faced by three white shirts again. It comes to Makelele. Diarra for Anelka. Left for Vieira.
But Eric Abidal could be stood on the touchline in the wide position. He doesn't need to be on the edge of the 18-yard box. I know it's not a great pass, but he could still be wider.
This is Scott Brown for Scotland. Graham Alexander. Now Hartley. McManus. Ferguson. Brown. Pearson. Good possession this. It's a spell of possession for Scotland.
Yeah, that's better. On a few occasions they've been in too much of a rush to get forward with the possession, and the possession's been a little bit erratic, and they've made one or two unforced errors and given the ball away a little bit cheap, Scotland. They don't need to all rush forward and try and get up there. They need to keep hold of the ball.
Pearson on for Brown here, and now Alan Hutton. Hutton's ball angled in towards that far post, and there's going to be a free kick there for France. McCulloch's challenge, a foul one. It's back in play really quickly.
I think the referee has blown up against Lee McCulloch every time he's gone for a challenge in the air.
One result from this group. Lithuania 2, Faroe Islands 1 is a full-time result. It's still Ukraine 0, Italy 1, a half-time score now, that from the Ukraine. Natali with the goal for the world champions. This is Lassana Diarra for Franck Ribéry. Makelele and Anelka. Vieira. Maluda's touch for Anelka for Abidal. Away from Brown. It's for Anelka. Hutton got there first.
Bad position there though from Eric Abidal. He was actually wide on the touchline, gave himself a little bit of room. Not quite sure what he was looking for with the ball. Just slid back into the 18-yard box.
Dominic was booed here before the World Cup when they weren't too convincing in a couple of friendlies, but having reached the World Cup final, he's a popular man again. They'll shoot from the lip as well, as we've already discussed. And never a dull moment around the French coach.
Give him the foul throw.
I keep noting that it's a Scottish foul throw this time. He is not keen on it.
I think that was taking it in the wrong position, I think. And that's the same thing, and giving possession away to France.
This is Lassana Diarra for Franck Ribéry. Last 3 minutes or so of the first half of the Parc des Princes. It's Ribéry who takes Alexander. Ribéry's cross, and Anelka is there. Hutton is there to clear, and the ball is more up than away. Alexander then with a heavy touch, another corner which could have been avoided.
Great ball in from Franck Ribéry. Super cross. Anything can happen in a situation like that. You're trying to defend it. Ball can bounce anywhere.
Ribéry's corner, Maluda. His was the last touch, despite the appeal.
We got a decent header on that, Maluda. Just good defending, just kept him from being able to get the header on target.
The lonely man, McFadden. Worked really hard in his first half, as his teammates have as well. Tonight to dig in. Diarra for Ribéry, and he's taken out there by Alexander. Burnley on Bayern Munich.
Just a couple of mistakes by Alexander in the last couple of minutes. A bit tired just before half-time.
Makelele, too long. As the game wears on, the more pressure becomes on the French, the more frustrated they can become, and the more the Scots will begin to believe. 20 would be a massive step for Scotland towards qualification. As things stand, they are 1 point behind France in Group B. Both with 8 games played before tonight. Here's McFadden. Brown has gone away to the right. Riding now is Alan Hutton. Hutton's cross. Escudet's rather nervy header away. Great pressure here in the half from Scotland.
Escudet gets his body positioning all wrong here.
Ferguson signals the long throw here. Glasgow Rangers man, second spell with the Ibrox club. McFadden. McFadden still does well here. McFadden! And Longro there with his first save of the night. Had to hang on as well.
Yeah, it'll be neat and tidy here, Longro. Tricky ball in that 6-yard box. Dangerous. Good play from Scotland.
Inside first half added time, it's Eric Abidal for France. Makelele. Vieira. Franck Ribéry. Vieira, tall, elegant player. To the feet of David Trezeguet. Here's for Malouda. Bouncing ball for Weir to head away. Hartley is there as well. Comes out now to Lassana Diarra. Diarra's cross, Hartley's header. Thuram there with a rare piece of miscontrol. Has just about stayed in play though. Still play on. Added time at the end of the first half of the Parc des Princes. Flor Malouda. It's Malouda's shot, which was really shifting, blocked away. And there is the half-time whistle, so halfway in. And so far so good for Scotland, who have come here to defend and play with one up front, but as far as it's going okay.
Yeah, it's going very well for them. They've defended well.
Haven't found a way through yet. And Alex McLeish's decision to switch to a 4-5-1 system here and sit back and defend has thus far been effective for Scotland. Still a long way to go though yet against the World Cup runners-up. These are the top 2 teams in Group B at the moment of European Championship qualifying. Referee is Konrad Plautz from Austria. And he checks now with his assistants and the 2 goalkeepers, and France will get the second half in motion. Away we go then for the second 45 minutes here at the Parc des Princes. 0-0 between France and Scotland. A game which is still, Russell Osman, really evenly poised.
Yeah, very even. That doesn't look like either side has made any further changes to the one change was made in the first half when Darren Fletcher went off and was replaced by Stephen Pearson. I think it looked like he got an ankle injury, but it is very finely balanced, the game at the moment. Are we waiting to see one of the sides make a mistake, or a little lapse of concentration in and around that 18-yard box when Scotland are defending? Or are we waiting for a little bit of brilliance from one of the French forwards?
At what point, if at all, does Alex McLeish gamble?
Good question. The problem is, we were talking off air a minute ago, if he makes any changes now and then Scotland lose the game, then people will refer back to maybe that change was unnecessary, you shouldn't have made the change. Or does he wait till they go 1-0 down before he makes a change to try and get back on level terms? Or do you be bold and maybe give it 10-15 minutes into the second half and then look at the firepower he's got on the bench and say, OK, we're still 0-0, why don't we try and have a go at winning this game, and maybe by attacking a little bit more keeps the pressure off the defence.
Thuram, now Lassana Diarra of Arsenal into Ribéry, little touch on looking for Anelka. There's Weir, and away comes Hartley. His pass, though, is misplaced. It comes straight to Lassana Diarra for France here. Diarra, and Anelka has peeled away. Diarra. Vieira. Makaleli. Malouda. Makaleli for Patrick Vieira. Into Anelka now. Ribéry. Oh, he gets it wrong and shanks it. It's gone halfway between post and corner flag from Franck Ribéry.
Yeah, I think a little bit impatient there from Ribéry. Always spoke about in the first half about the fullbacks getting up in support a little bit more for France. On that occasion we saw Abidal well forward on the left-hand side, Diarra well forward on the right-hand side, but again Ribéry keeps trying to go in where the crowd is of defenders and trying to hit shots through, you know, quite a packed area in front of the goal. And I think it's better off just going wide again.
This is Lilian Thuram back to Mikel Landreau. Anelka rose but was beaten in the air by Weir. There's Brown. Harry Ferguson now for Alan Hutton. Hutton's ball forward, little touch there from McCulloch, and it's Brown's touch and it's Landreau's take. Scott Brown this week compared in some quarters to great Paul Scholes at Manchester United, having a terrific first season with Celtic. Brown since he's moved from Hibs. Here is Brown. Barry Ferguson, captain back in the side. He was banned for the Lithuania game at the weekend. Makes the Scots won by 3-1.
But they've just got to try and retain the possession a little bit better, Scotland, when they get it. That's twice they've had it and given it back to France a little bit cheaply.
This is Pearson, and now McFadden.
3 times. I think he lost control of the ball before the foul was made.
Now Vieira. Pearson closes him down, the Derby County man. We've had 4 second-half minutes so far. It's still 0-0 at the Parc des Princes. Lassana Diarra. Maybe we won't get there. It's Pearson for Scotland. Malouda with Hutton. Abidal is well forward here from left back for France. Looks to combine with Malouda, his former Lyon teammate. Both have since moved on. This is Diarra. Anelka. Anelka with McCulloch facing him. Anelka keeps on going here. It's been played square to Patrick Vieira. Now Abidal. Wasted cross from Abidal.
Yeah, good position from Abidal, good build-up by France, just a very poor final ball.
Away from has been the Scots' Achilles heel in this competition. They've lost against their rivals, the Ukraine and Italy, on their travels so far. But here's McFadden chasing on. Defender was Julien Escudé.
There's another mistake by Thuram, we're not used to seeing.
Winning cap number 132 tonight, Thuram. He extends the French national caps record tonight. The veteran now 35 with Barcelona.
Just seems to lose flight of the ball. Lost the ball completely there.
This is Graham Alexander. Scotland throw. Last touch was Diarra's. We saw, I think, 3 foul throws in the first half. How's the second half going to start throwing wise? That one's okay. This is Barry Ferguson. McCulloch. Referee has spotted an offside here against James McFadden.
Unlucky there, he tried to flatten his run to come in behind the defender, but and the rest of the defence just stepped up as he was trying to do so. McFadden.
Abidal. Anelka. Ribéry arriving now as well. It's Alexander for Scotland. Now the captain, Barry Ferguson. Lee McCulloch. Alexander. Too high and too long for McFadden, who, as you see, is playing that lone role. Diarra for Ribéry. Escudé. On his 5th cap tonight, the Sevilla defender. This is Trezeguet. Had a quiet first half, the man who's in for Thierry Henry.
Yeah. Another quiet first half from Trezeguet.
His record for Juventus is terrific, but for the national team, his scoring record is good. He does tend to drift in and out of games, David Trezeguet.
Yeah, it's difficult for defenders to actually keep the concentration on marking him because, like you say, he disappears from the game for long spells, and suddenly you take your eye off him and lose your concentration on marking him. It pops up, and the next thing you know, he's got a couple of goals from nowhere.
His record is good. It's 34 in 70, which is very good at this level. This is Diarra. Now Ribéry. Bounce beats Makaleli. It comes here to Escudé. Malouda. And now to jink inside here, the Chelsea man. His cross. And arriving at the far post there was David Trezeguet.
I never really feel that France are going to be much of a threat from crosses from this sort of position, just with Trezeguet and Anelka in the middle. I don't think it's one of their strengths.
It's both like the ball at their feet more than in the air, that's for sure.
I think if the wide lads get to the byline and cutting balls back, very dangerous then. You know, the quick run and the side foot finish. But ball chipped onto the far post. I don't think either them or Thierry Henry, I don't think that's the strength of their game.
Malouda. Now Nicolas Anelka with the ball at his feet. Anelka's ball clipped in towards Trezeguet. It's Weir's header away for Scotland. Comes back out to Eric Abidal now for France. Anelka. Ribéry. Trezeguet. Ribéry! Turned away by the goalkeeper, and there's Ribéry again with a second chance, which he doesn't take.
He should have scored. Should have scored. Great save from Craig Gordon as far as Scotland are concerned, but once you get in here on your right foot, he's gone for the near post. I think he's trying to tell the goalkeeper a bit of a dummy, shaping to go on the far side of the goal. But Craig Gordon stood strong and stayed on his feet till the last minute. Did he miss-kick it?
Tried to come off his shin. Did. This is Escudé. So a let-off for Scotland, maybe a missed chance for France. This is Malouda. Anelka playing wider in the second half. He's on the left-hand side again here. Vieira. Diarra. Ribéry. Ribéry with a cross. Anelka couldn't quite turn and get the ball. This come to Eric Abidal. Malouda. Ribéry, and now Vieira and Lassana Diarra. Diarra's ball. This is Ribéry. This is a chance. That's a wonderful save by Craig Gordon. Terrific save in the Scotland goal. That was every inch 1-0 France, but for Craig Gordon here.
Fantastic run. Ribéry cutting the ball back to the penalty spot. It's a great finish, but still shouldn't have seen it.
Still the pressure comes, but Nicolas Anelka denied by a terrific save here.
I think Anelka will be saying that it's a poor finish from him. Straight above the goalkeeper's head. Anything in the bottom corner, Gordon won't touch.
First serious save Gordon's had to make, really. One from Wood in the first half from long range, which was a fairly routine gather, but that was reaction stuff from the Sunderland man.
Good save from Ribéry though a minute ago as well, where he just stayed up and he reacted to Ribéry's shot, even though Ribéry mishit it. I'm not sure whether it came up his heel, his shin or whatever. Sometimes you see those just squirm past keepers because they've already committed themselves to going one way or the other.
One or two warning signs there for the Scots in these first, 12 minutes or so of the second half of the Parc des Princes.
Always a dangerous time, the first sort of 15-20 minute period after half-time. Lapses of concentration.
It's Ferguson's ball in for Scotland. Makelele's missed his header here. Diarra should mop things up though for the World Cup runners-up. Only one defeat in qualifying in this campaign for the French. It came at Hampden Park in October of last year. This is Scott Brown. Terrific run here by Scott Brown. Keeps on going as well. It's Stephen Pearson. And Pearson goes down. There's loud appeals from Scotland. And the referee Conrad Plouts is unmoved.
Yeah, it's a good break from Scotland. They've got to get back now and get organised.
It's Ribéry, and he's taken out there by Hartley. There's a card for Hartley of Scotland, and Ribéry was fair chopped down as he looked to motor on.
Yeah, I think Hartley knew that he didn't want to be out on the touchline in a one-on-one situation with Ribéry.
Penalty or no penalty?
No penalty. I don't think Pearson was going to be going anywhere. I think he just managed to toe poke the ball sort of away from himself in any direction, really, before he got tackled.
There'll be Florent Malouda here with this French free kick then. Thuram. Malouda. Ribéry. Ribéry's cross fizzed in. It's a diving header away from David Weir. Anelka. Escudé. Harry Ferguson should clear without too much fuss here. This is Alan Hutton for Scotland. Getting more stretch now. It's McFadden. Pearson. Pearson, terrific driving run here. Finds Graham Alexander. Alexander's cross. Brown. And Ferguson. Pearson. Alexander. McFadden tried to get in behind the French there, but Thuram slams the door shut. Brown. This is Barry Ferguson, and this now is Graham Alexander. Stephen Pearson plays the 1-2 here. It's Stephen Pearson for Scotland! And two French defenders come across, and the chance was gone.
Good powerful run from Pearson. Seen him do that a couple of times now.
Better spell this for the Scots, though. McManus.
Well, they've just got a little bit of the initiative back, Scotland. I think they lost it a little bit at the start of the second half. This last little 5-minute spell will do them with the world of good.
We've had an hour at the Parc des Princes, 0-0 between the top two in Group B. Anelka here for Diarra. The game at the moment is still Ukraine 0, Italy 1, with 65 minutes played in that game in Kiev.
Just a little flare up. Lord Makelele involved with Scott Brown. And won't do Scotland any harm. Keeps the passion high. Tempted to say how much I'd love to see Alex McLeish put another strike on and just help keep the pressure off his back four.
Half an hour to go then. This is Lilian Thuram for Julien Escudé.
It's easy to make substitutions from up here though.
It is. It'll be a tough call, because as Russell said earlier, if it went wrong, the finger will point and say that's why it went wrong, because they changed the approach, which was working. It's Ribéry's cross, meanwhile, which deflects away for a French corner. Ribéry then with this corner, he's got Trezeguet and Anelka and Vieira in the centre. Ribéry's ball in. Culloch's header away, and Here's McFadden trying to break away, and Stephen Pearson does get away. Won back by France, it's Ribéry. Still Franck Ribéry. Support from Makelele. Ribéry's pass, Anelka. And away comes Barry Ferguson. Escudet. Abidal for Anelka. Ribéry. Thuram now for Lassana Diarra. Malouda. Now David Trezeguet. In for Florent Malouda. Wouldn't quite fall for the shooting chance, and the Scots had bodies in the way to block it away, and the danger has gone.
Yeah, I think Hartley made the last ditch tackle. Came out of the pack very quickly to get that smothering blocking.
Ribéry. Anelka. Lethargic gait but effective, gets the crossing now towards David Trezeguet. It's going to run here for Lassana Diarra. Diarra will try and curl, but it's all wrong from the Arsenal man.
Yeah, I think you can allow Diarra to do that all day long. I think he scored money with his left foot coming inside and trying to bend them in the top corner.
Only cap number 5 yet to score for France, Lassana Diarra. Craig Gordon away.
And you see France using the flanks.
Oh, McFadden! Magnificent goal for Scotland! James McFadden with a goal as good as the one he scored at the weekend, but this one means so much more.
Pick that one out. Whatever goalkeeper you are, you aren't going to stop that. When somebody just spins on it, hits it from 35 yards like that, that is an unbelievable strike. As a first opportunity, I think he's had to even look at goal tonight, and he has exploded a shot of sheer quality.
His 3rd goal in qualifying, his 2nd of the week, and that sends 20,000 Scots into delirium. Look at this, bang!
Well, excuse me, he didn't even have a look at goal. Just turned on the ball and thumped it.
Well, Mikel Londra may well think he should have done better there, the goalkeeper, but you know what, Scotland don't care. James McFadden with a massive goal in qualification. In the Parc des Princes, France 0, Scotland 1.
What a strike.
Hutton could get better. Hutton still. Hutton keeps going. It's McFadden again.
Yeah, I think Hutton could have just done with just taking the ball towards the corner flag there and giving his whole side a little bit of a breather. Try and win himself a throw. And I know, yeah, he's probably thought I could get another goal here, but more than likely not. Now, there's a long run he's had to make and a long run back, and he's just out of position at the moment.
Hartley. Alex McLeish so far, tactically spot on.
Yeah. Now, does his tactics change at all? I mean, we've probably been thinking, does he change his tactics if they go 1-0 down? What happens if he goes 1-0 up?
I'm sure this wasn't what he had in mind. He would have liked to come here and win, but I'm sure he would have taken the draw happily. But they're in dreamland now. Scotland 1-0 up here thanks to McFadden's terrific goal. But here's Franck Ribéry for France. Ribéry changes pace, takes on Hartley. Ribéry's cross and blocked away by the lunging body of McManus.
Yeah, we've got to put a block on the attacks from down the right-hand side from France. Ribéry's causing a few problems. They're playing the wide areas a lot better now, France, in this second half.
Here comes the corner, though. There's Patrick Vieira. And the deflection from Makelele's shot. It's Scotland's clearance. This is Lilian Thuram. Diarra. Ribéry. Ribéry's cross. Or mix up here. Hutton has to clear.
Good challenge. got to stop the crosses coming in from Scotland's point of view. They've got to get a little bit closer to the cross of the ball in those wide areas. Good challenge again there by Alan Hutton. Brave effort from Anelka.
Focus, concentration, the buzzwords now for Scotland. Malouda's corner, Trezeguet is in there. This is Franck Ribéry, blocked away by a last-ditch lunging Scottish block. Bodies on the line, points on the line. The Scots a goal to the good in Paris. Escocia. Still Ukraine 0, Italy 1. In that game in Kiev. This is Ribéry and this is Anelka. Makelele. Ribéry, Hartley away. There's Barry Ferguson. Already midway through the second half in Paris. France 0, Scotland 1. McFadden, the goal scorer, chasing here with Lilian Thuram. Well, the Scots won the game at Hampden Park, and this is the goal which thus far makes it 1-0 here. Terrific goal.
Touch, turn and shoot. Great power. You can possibly blame the keeper. He's got quite a big part of his hand to it, but you know, we've heard the goalkeepers moan that these balls do move and they do wobble in the air quite a lot.
Well, he scored a terrific goal against Lithuania at the weekend, McFadden, and that was every bit the match of that.
I think Lanzarote was caught a little bit by surprise, and then adjusting, trying to get his the flight of the ball correct. He seemed to dive past it a fraction.
It was from fully 30 yards, and as Russell said, the balls do tend to move and swerve in the air. And here comes Samir Nasri. If anyone can pick the lock, it's him.
Thierry Henry and William Gallas sitting there.
And the captain is being taken off. Patrick Vieira being withdrawn now for Samir Nasri.
Well, there goes your aerial threat on set pieces.
Now, this boy's good. Last year's Young Player of the Year in the French League. Malouda's corner. Gordon comes, a rather nervy punch away. Might drop here to Ribéry. Ribéry still. There's the cross. Escode's in there, Trezeguet's in there. Malouda tries to volley the ball back in there.
This is where the experience of the likes of Graham Alexander and David Weir will come to the fore.
Lassana Diarra for France. This is Makelele. This is Samir Nasri. Escode. Eric Abidal. Franck Ribéry. Takes on Hutton here, Ribéry. Lovely skill. Ribéry keeps on going. It's blocked away. Nasri. White shirts behind the ball. All 11 at that point were behind the ball. This is Samir Nasri. Nasri again. Nasri's cross might come here to Lassana Diarra. Safety first. France have to push and probe and look for that equaliser. Diarra. Samir Nasri twists and turns here. Nasri still. And the shot deflects. It's back with Ribéry here. Cluster of white shirts on the edge of the box there. And they get the free kick, Scotland, in the end. Ribéry denied.
It just worries me when there's so many bodies around the ball there that they could take a little ricochet and just drop to anybody. That many Scottish defenders in and around the ball. One has a kick at it and it hits a teammate and then drops in front of a French player. And,
McCulloch.
Shoot.
It was that position, wasn't it? The McFadden position. 57 years since the Scots last won in France. They are 19 minutes away from winning here in Group B against the World Cup runners-up France. Haven't been to a major tournament since the World Cup here in France in '98, Scotland. It'll be 10 years next summer, the anniversary of that. This is Anelka. Malouda. Yeah, stoops to head away. There's Hartley. He's had a good industrious game, Hartley. Abidalo for Malouda. Malouda's ball in towards Trezeguet. It's Weir's clearance away for Scotland. Every hand to the Scottish pump at the moment. Head tennis, it's Pearson. And Hutton will clear.
Well, the two centre-halves for Scotland will be enjoying this, believe it or not, because they'll just be saying, you just keep attacking our 18-yard box and we'll just keep knocking it back away.
Quick feed here, Samir Nasri. Nasri's ball through for David Trezeguet.
Short pass from Trezeguet. He made a good diagonal run into the 18-yard box, but then the attack broke down.
Lilian Thuram. Lassana Diarra. And Franck Ribéry. Ribéry's cross comes off the head of Trezeguet. And happy at being demoted to the B team for the game against Slovakia last month, Trezeguet.
I think Dominic is looking for a stronger performance from him. I mean, we've seen very little. We've seen a lot of Anelka, little of Trezeguet.
Dominic overlooked Marseille's Djibril Cissé for this game. He was left out of the squad. This is Scott Brown. It's Brown again, and he and Nasri have it coming together here. Yellow card for the Marseille man. And Nasri's fifth cap, got the winner against Georgia back in the early summer.
Bad challenge. Good spot from the referee. Well done, referee. That's a horrible challenge, that.
It was nasty from Samir Nasri.
It's really cool going over the top.
Alex McLeish is closing in on an historic Scottish win here. McFadden. Ferguson's got forward well. The ball was meant for him. If the Scots win here, they will go top with 3 games left to play. Those games to come for Scotland: Ukraine home, Georgia away, and Italy at home.
Well, they sneaked a corner from the throw-in.
And the second goal here would be dreamland, wouldn't it?
Well, they're just showing they've got a bit of experience in the side there, Scotland, and you know what they're doing by Ferguson leading them well.
Button's cross and a diving header. And it's cleared away by Escocia. It would have been a corner. It came off a defender, I think, in the first place, and Escocia gives away the throw.
I think Liam McCulloch's had a terrific game. Scott Brown, terrific game for Scotland. They've battled well in midfield, challenged well, closed down, got back, got up.
Gary O'Connor of Birmingham City.
Last minute instructions from Roy Aitken.
One of the 2 strikers rested for this game, and he has worked his socks off, and he may well have scored one of the biggest goals in Scotland's recent history.
Well, if the scoreline stays like it is, James McFadden might get a free drink somewhere in Paris tonight.
Well, there are 20,000 Scots to buy him one.
I'll never see him again.
McFadden then with the goal. Rested now. He has worked tirelessly, and what a goal he scored as well. Alexander. Here is O'Connor. Just moved to Birmingham from Russian football. Scored the winning goal in the Russian Cup final last year, Gary O'Connor.
Yep, he'll make his presence known out there.
Thuram. O'Connor's there again, big and burly. Bouncing ball here, and the referee spots a foul there on Brown. A free kick to Scotland. Malouda penalised. Good position, this.
He's done well, Brown. He's just been on the receiving end of one player going over the top of the ball to him down his shin, and Malouda there wrapping an arm around his neck. No reaction from Brown, which is good. He's just got on with the game, got the free kick. Another change from France.
Karim Benzema, another Lyon player coming on, big 6-footer, only 19. Fourth cap for him. Eric Abidal is sacrificed, a defender for a striker, which tells you the French team's predicament here.
I'd have taken off the non-productive striker if I was Domenech.
Mr. Trezeguet.
Correct.
4 players in the French defensive wall. McCulloch might fancy a bang here. It is McCulloch! Londra makes the save.
Good strike, it's on target. That's all he can ask for, make the keeper work. Shame O'Connor didn't just get a little tickle on the ball.
Nasri wide for Karim Benzema. Benzema's got decent pace, he'll try and take on Brown here. Last 12 and a bit minutes then. Anelka. Nasri. This is Franck Ribéry. Ribéry takes Alexander, and cross picked up here by Stephen McManus.
It's a good play from O'Connor, just backing into Thuram, making it difficult for Thuram to head the ball to a teammate. To get the throw in Scotland on the halfway line.
France 0, Scotland 1. What a scoreline! A repeat of the Hampden Park scoreline last October. On that occasion, the match winner was a defender. Gary Caldwell's goal was a famous one. This one will be even more famous. James McFadden makes it Scotland 1, France 0 in Paris. Hartley.
Good tidy play from Scotland there once they broke up the French attack.
Alexander's pass. This is Pearson chasing on. He's been good since coming on. Came on for the injured Darren Fletcher early on in the game. This is Lassana Diarra though for France now. Last 11 minutes of the Parc des Princes. Diarra. McCulloch's touch. Here's O'Connor.
I think from Scotland's point of view, that's right. With O'Connor giving away a free kick on the halfway line, allows everybody to get back behind the ball. And France have run out of ideas.
It's now Ukraine 1, Italy 2 in that game in Kiev. In the last minute of the game as well there. Here we have 10 minutes to go. 2 goals from Di Natale. Andrei Shevchenko scored for the Ukraine. This is Karim Benzema. His challenge, and now it's Barry Ferguson. O'Connor. The reverse ball. Karim Benzema. For the pace of Anelka. Weir will keep a close eye, the wily old defender. 37 now, David Weir, still going strong. Anelka though, his cross towards Trezeguet. Had Gordon slipped there, that was sure to be 1-1.
Well, for me, Anelka is the only one that looks like creating anything for France. He's so tricky in those wide areas. On the edge of the 18-yard box, he can go both ways. Not the best cross that he put in there, but you've got to be so careful with him, and he's such a clinical finisher, Anelka. If he does manage to work himself half a yard of space around that 18-yard box, it could be very costly.
Samir Nasri. He can create, the Marseille man. This is Benzema. Gary O'Connor. Benzema though gets away from O'Connor. It's Karim Benzema. It's Malouda's ball in. It's stabbed away by Scotland. Now they can counter themselves with O'Connor. Breaks to Nasri though, and France can look to build again. Lassana Diarra. Franck Ribéry, 2 defenders again, double up on him. Ribéry's cross. Manus away.
But again, Ribéry got the cross in from that wide area, even though there's 2 defenders on him. Then they've got to make sure they stop that cross.
Hartley. Now Hutton. Last 8.5 minutes at the Parc des Princes. The Scots lead. Makelele and now Franck Ribéry. Anelka. Ribéry. Allowed to come on here, Ribéry looks to poke it through to Trezeguet. Ferguson, O'Connor. Two coaches in the spotlight. Alex McLeish, what a result if they do win here. And Raymond Domenech, the questions will be raised in the French press. I'm sure there'll be some juicy headlines tomorrow.
Well, France haven't been very creative, and I think nobody can blame Alex McLeish for setting his tactics out as he has done tonight, away from home. The point to be great for them.
Benzema in towards Trezeguet, way by Weir.
And Scotland haven't given France an inch. You know, and Scotland have had to work hard, man for man. They've had to work hard. They've had to make challenges, had to make blocks, and they've still just got to keep their discipline till the end of the match. One mistake.
Anelka, not appeared by Alexander. Thuram. Took him forward a long way here. Thuram. He's found Diarra, and he's found Ribéry, and he's been caught here by Ferguson. Ribéry still, though, his pullback. And Karim Benzema and Ribéry. And Anelka. Cross just stood up there. The header is loose. It comes here to Franck Ribéry. Buys time, makes time, shoots, deflection wide.
Well, they got a block on it, but the block, the deflection could have gone anywhere. Craig Gordon was going to his right. Ball ended up going past his left-hand post for the corner.
Ribéry's corner, and the header is away and behind. It's Graham Alexander.
Good header from Alexander. The foot up, it would have been a free kick anywhere else on the pitch.
Lassana Diarra. Franck Ribéry. Ribéry still. Twists and turns, but away comes Scotland. Ferguson for O'Connor. Now they can counter themselves, Scotland. O'Connor's pass, well, is it wrong?
No, he tried to get it there. He saw the runner.
This is Karim Benzema for Samir Nasri. French future, those two. This is Anelka with a misplaced pass.
Surprised me a bit tonight, Anelka, who's worked very, very hard for the team. Not try to overdo it himself in desperation as you might have thought. He's trying to supply and work a bit of space for teammates.
Heading towards the last 5 in Paris. Benzema. Bit of room here now for Malouda. It's Malouda's cross. Alexander with a free header away. Drops though here to Lassana Diarra. It's Diarra for Ribéry. It's Ribéry's ball across deflection, and it's taken by Gordon. He had just crossed the line though, I think.
Ooh, yeah, well, I think you give France the benefit of the doubt there.
Could be controversial. It's Ribéry's cross.
Poor cross. These desperate times for France.
Ribéry blocked away by Hartley.
It's better from Hartley. You've got to stop those crosses going in from the Scottish point of view, from France's point of view. Do a little bit more, make it work, come inside and whip across him with a bit of purpose.
Here's Nasri, he can provide the purpose for France. Nasri's cross,
it's all
nervy.
Just clipped in there.
Now Diarra, a bit of room now to work the crossing chance for Lassana Diarra. His ball fizzed in and Craig Gordon is there to hang on.
Neat, tidy goalkeeping. Not a bad ball from Diarra. But I think at this stage of the game, everybody's had so many crosses stood up on the far post that they were just waiting for another one. Weren't ready for a bit of variety from Diarra.
Alex McLeish says to qualify from this group with France and Italy and Ukraine would be the Scots' best ever achievement of any on the football pitch. Will you go along with that?
Yeah. Yeah, I think from where where Scotland have been to where they suddenly find themselves now.
But here's Anelka meanwhile, and Benzema takes over and fires wide.
Even got away with it. This is the danger man. Good advantage by the referee.
It's going to be a nervy last 3 minutes or so for Scotland as they hang on to what they've got.
How many times has the trainer been on?
Not once, I don't think.
Shouldn't be a lot of injury time.
Well, as they had 30 seconds for cards and for substitutions, but that's really adhered to.
It can only be a couple of minutes at the most. And Roy Aitken just on the word at the edge of the pitch. Just trying to draw extra reserves of resilience from his players.
Here's Lee McCulloch. Great performance from him. He has worked so hard for the cause, as have the other 10 Scotsmen. It has been a terrific night for them so far.
They've worked as a team, Dan. They've backed each other up. If one's been going in for a challenge, there's been a teammate close to them in case there was a mistake made. Tried to support the player up front as much as they could.
It's a goal kick. It is the last 2 minutes of the Parc des Princes. The Scots haven't won in France for 57 years, for half a century. This is Lassana Diarra. McManus with a cushion header. Alexander off Ribéry.
He's seen a lot of the ball back Ribéry. He had his chance. He had a great opportunity coming in the inside left position of the 18-yard box and hit the goalkeeper. Should have scored.
Now Escudé, time against the French. Florent Malouda. Little header down towards Trezeguet, comes out to Nicolas Anelka. Now Karim Benzema takes on Brown, beats Brown. Hutton backs up now, it's Benzema's pullback for Samir Nasri! And again, clean take from the goalkeeper Gordon.
Good play from Benzema, working it right on the touchline. Very tidy from Craig Gordon in the Scottish goal. Never looks like a fumble's going to come off him.
O'Connor's header. Pearson arriving now at a rate of knots as well. Pearson gets there too. He's caught the ice and's coming on, the Derby County man.
Yeah, he's been powerful. He's been a strong runner. He's him in centre circle, getting back in position. He's already back in position now.
Great turn here from Benzema. Now Nasri. Nasri and Anelka heading towards the 90-minute mark in the game at the Parc des Princes. Nicolas Anelka for France, who trailed to Scotland. Anelka. Defender is Alexander. Anelka's cross towards Karim Benzema. Back in there by Escudé for Makelele. Escudé hit long, headed away. It's going to come to Anelka though. Rather nervy clearance. Anelka's ball back in and Hartley away. Corner France though.
Yeah, there's an opportunity there where Craig Gordon could really have collected the ball, and one of his defenders headed it back out to Nicolas Anelka. Now they've ended up conceding the corner. Got to concentrate on this possible last set piece.
Ribéry's ball in, and it's half away from Pearson, driven back in. There's a shout for handball, deflected away, comes out to Nasri. Now Diarra and Ribéry. Nonchalant pass. O'Connor was there. It's Pearson, and here's O'Connor again. In added time, Gary O'Connor. O'Connor still haven't seen the ball from the fourth official. We've had over a minute now of added time. France now maybe have one last attack to mount here. France 0, Scotland 1. Florent Malouda. Malouda with the ball in towards Trezeguet, and It's away by Lee McCulloch, who hasn't put a foot wrong all night. The Glasgow Rangers man, he's been terrific.
He has battled, he has worked his socks off. Well, I think you've got to say that about every Scottish player. It's been terrific performance, great team performance as a unit.
Back with Londra, we've had almost 2 minutes now of stoppage time. Is there one last chance for France here? The whistles are coming from those with the saltires, by the way.
Been outfought now in certain areas, France.
Londra will clear. There can't be long to go now, surely. Haven't seen the ball from the fourth official. There's Lassana Diarra and Franck Ribéry. Still we play on, it's Ribéry for Anelka. Anelka's cross, it'll be behind for a corner off Stephen McManus. This will surely be the last chance for France. Ribéry's corner, and the header is turned away. It was Benzema in there. I think he wants handball.
It's just hit the body of McCulloch.
Another corner. Ribéry's ball in this time. Up in the air and away. And there's the full-time whistle. It's a night for Scottish heroes. Lightning has struck twice. A second 1-0 win over France. The winning goal this time.